Hey, welcome back into Eye on Agriculture. I'm Brityne Rucker. We are in the final stretch and a look back at the most important developments in agricultural law and tax from 2023. We are joined now with Roger McEowen, professor of agricultural law and taxation at Washburn University. Roger, we are at 1 and 2 on your list. Let's start with number 2 on a look back, and that is foreign ownership of agricultural land.
Well, good to be with you, Brityne. Yes, indeed, that was a huge issue in 2023, and it promises to be a big issue in 2024. We had numerous states in 2023 that either proposed legislation dealing with foreign ownership or actually passed restricting foreign ownership. I think one of the most prominent states, of course, was Arkansas, as well as Florida. The Florida law was challenged but upheld constitutionally. And Arkansas passed the law and even required divestiture of some land that's in owned. So they really put their foot down on this. Expect this to be a big issue in 24.
And finally, that brings us to what you view as the most important development in ag and law and tax in 2023. That is the definition of waters of the United States. What is that, and why is it so important?
Yeah, people could probably guess that was going to go to the top of the list, but that U.S. Supreme Court decision last May involving that couple out in Idaho, that the government claimed they had a wetland they couldn't develop their lot because it was connected to a water of the United States, Priest Lake in northern Idaho. And we got a new test out of that. We got some clarity for the Supreme Court. Not only did the Supreme Court unanimously say that the Sacketts land was not a wetland, they gave us a new test for what a waters of the United States is. And there has to be a continuous surface connection from a water body to a WOTUS. And that's a big deal for agriculture because there are a lot of ephemeral streams that sometimes have water in it, sometimes don't, ditches, those types of things. And under this clarification, those would not be subject to the permit requirements of the Clean Water Act as a WOTUS. So really big deal, huge development by the Supreme Court.
Yeah, and Roger, especially after last year with the drought we all endured, a lot of eyes are on water legislation.
Yeah, water's going to, when we talk about Kansas in particular, water's a huge issue, particularly in the western half of the state, and it will continue to be a big issue for Kansas as well as all of the West.
Well, Roger, thanks so much for coming on for the last couple of weeks and walking us through these. Everyone stick around. Eye on Ag will be back after the break.